In this activity, we will be finding the sum of first n natural numbers. The objective of the activity is to verify that the sum of first n natural numbers, yes, it is first n natural numbers, that is numbers starting from 1, is denoted by n plus 1 by 2. Let's study the concept in hand first. If we take numbers starting from 1 and without breaking the sequence, we keep on adding them up to say n natural numbers, the last one is n, then the sum of all these natural numbers can be found out using the relationship n times the consecutive number of n, that is n plus 1, and then dividing the result by 2. For example, if you take 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to say 15, then in this case n is 15, and therefore the sum of all these natural numbers will be 15 times the next number 16 by 2. So 2 cancels 16 8 times, and your answer will be 15 8 times is 120. So if you add all the numbers from 1 to 15, you will get 120 as the sum. But how do we verify this? We have to use some material for that. We will be using a chart paper, geometry box, and sketch pens. So all the basic material which are readily available at home will be used to verify this activity. So let's see how we can verify this using this amazing activity.
For performing this activity, you have to first take a cutout like this in the shape of a rectangle, and the condition is that the length of the rectangle should be 1 unit more than the width of the rectangle. So if you count the number of squares along the breadth, I have taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares, and along the length, if you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So the length is 1 unit more than the width. Let us number these squares along the length and breadth like this. I have already written 1 and 2 there. So I will be writing 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. So if this is n, if you consider the number of squares along the width to be n, then along the length it will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. That means along the length it will be n plus 1. Now this is the first thing to understand. After that, you need to shade one small square on top here, and then 2 here, 3 here, 4 here, and keep on increasing the shaded squares by 1 in each row. So 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 squares are shaded here in the last row. Now using this, we can derive that the sum of first n natural numbers is half of n into n plus 1. Let us see how. How many squares are shaded here? In the first row, you have 1 square shaded. So this area is 1. All these areas rather are 1 unit each. So 1 square units area shaded in the first row, 2 square units in the second row, 3 square units in the third row, and likewise 10 square units in the last row. So this happens to be n in the example which we have taken. What about the unshaded area? The unshaded area, again you can see 1 here, 2 here, 3 here, and up to 10 here. So the shaded area and the unshaded area are exactly the same, and that means the shaded area is half of the total area. Half of the total area. So if you take the shaded area as 1 plus 2 plus 3 up to n, then the area will be equal to half of what is total area? The total area is the area of the rectangle, which is length times width. So width is n and the length is n plus 1. Is that the formula for finding the sum of first n natural numbers? Oh yes. And therefore the activity on finding the sum of first n natural numbers is completed.